David Sharon.
Join the meeting.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon. This says we're being streamed on YouTube right now.
Judge Minter, your legal name on your oath, do you want it Jim or Jimmy, or what do you prefer?
Jim is fine.
Okay. Judge Minter and Attorney Staples, can I get you to do your oath real quick? We need to do one for counsel. Judge Minter, if you'll do yours first, repeat after me, accept your name. I, Judge Jim Minter, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of presiding judge of the state of Texas and will do to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
so help me God.
Okay. Attorney Staples?
Yes, ma'am.
I, Charlotte Staples,
I, Charlotte Staples,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of State's Attorney
of the office of State's Attorney
of the state of Texas
of the state of Texas
and will do to the best of my ability
and will do to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and of this state, so help me God.
and of this state, so help me God.
Thank you so much. I'll send this for you guys to sign, and I'll do Judge Culp's maybe on Wednesday or something. I'll email her and get her done.
Okay.
All right. Those little tiny formalities are in the. Okay. All right. I don't know. We have a pro se defendant, and I don't, unless this is him. Let me check.
Officer Grant is on the phone. He can't get in to the trial.
Hold on 1 second. Whoever is on hold, can you tell us your name? Your number is 817 and ends in 754. What is your name, please?
My name is David Sharon.
Oh, perfect. Okay, hold on just one moment. Attorney Staples, that is our defendant for today.
All right.
We do have the officer present by phone. He is trying to get onto Zoom, but I have him on speaker should that not. He's been on it before, so he just has to.
Christy, what's the defendant's name and cause number, please?
Yes, sir. It is David Timothy Sharon.
All right, and cause number?
See, these are awful.
2264647.
Thank you.
Mr. Sharon, are you an attorney?
No, sir.
All right. Are we ready to proceed, or are we waiting for the officer?
Your Honor, I think it'd be preferred for the officer to be on Zoom if he's in the process of getting on Zoom.
Oh, I agree. I'm ready to wait for him. I just wanted to,
Okay.
I just wanted to be sure I wasn't holding up the parade here.
No, sir.
Officer Grant, how's it going? You still? Officer Grant? Are you still working on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, look, we're being recorded, right?
Yes,
Okay.
not currently, no, sir.
Okay, if you turn the recording on, and let me get some of these preliminaries out of the way.
Okay, I have it on, sir.
All right, this is the case, State of Texas versus David Sharon, cause number 2264647. Prosecution, are you ready for trial today? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Ms. Staples.
The state stands ready to proceed,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, any motions or pretrial motions that we haven't heard?
None on behalf of the state.
Okay, Mr. Sharon, are you ready for trial today, sir?
I am ready.
Okay, and do you have any pretrial motions that we haven't heard today?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sharon, since you're not an attorney, I have to advise you of some of your rights and give you some warnings. So just bear with me.
Yes, sir.
And I have to read these things into the record, so some of it will get a little long, so just hang on. You're charged with a misdemeanor crime punishable by a fine only, and that is a range of between $1, not more than $1, or less than $200. You understand those, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also have a right to determine your guilt or innocence on this charge by a jury. Do you wish to have a jury trial, or do you wish to waive a jury and wish to proceed before the court without a jury?
Without a jury.
Okay, so you're waiving your right to a jury?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have the right to be represented by an attorney in this case. Since the maximum penalty in this case does not include time in jail, you do not have the right under law, either Texas nor the United States Constitution, to have an attorney appointed. You have the important right to hire an attorney. An attorney can advise you and help you make important decisions concerning the consequences and alternatives in this case. An attorney is familiar with trial procedures and the rules of evidence. In this trial, you'll be held to the same legal standards as if you were an attorney. Knowing this, do you still wish to proceed representing yourself?
I do.
Okay. All right, the last thing before we kind of get started. You're not required to testify. No one can make you testify. If you decide not to testify, I will not use the fact that you did not testify as evidence against you. Choosing to remain silent cannot be used against you. So, you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So as soon as the officer is ready, we're ready to for the prosecutor to read the complaint and get started.
Officer Grant, any progress?
I'm still having a hard time with Zoom. I'm, for whatever reason, it's not allowing me.
Okay.
Judge, do you want to proceed without the officer being on Zoom and only available by phone?
Mr. Strom, do you have any objection against that?
Well, normally, wouldn't we be in a court? So if he can't get on Zoom, I can get on Zoom. Everybody else can get on Zoom. So yeah, I kind of have a problem with him not following the procedures that y'all set forth.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, sir, if you object. If you object,
Yeah.
then all right.
I do object to that. Yes,
All
sir,
right.
I do.
Then we're going to stand by until the officer can get on Zoom.
Christy, would you make sure the officer heard that?
Yeah, I heard, I'm working, I'm doing
You heard you were working what?
I'm working on it. I'm doing the
Okay.
best I can with my technology here.
Yes, sir.
I'm not at work today, so I'm having to do this on my phone.
I do see that Officer Grant is signing in currently.
Officer Grant, can you hear us? I think you're muted, sir. I see a mute button, so you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay, is that working now?
There it is. All right, Mr. Sharon, are you, for some reason, are you not joining us by Zoom? You're just on telephone?
I'm just on the telephone. I'm at work.
Okay. All right, Ms. Prosecutor, if you would read the complaint, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The State of Texas versus David Timothy Sharon. In the name and by the authority of the State of Texas, I, the undersigned affiant, do solemnly swear that I have good reason to believe and do believe that David Timothy Sharon, hereinafter called the defendant, on or about March 27th, 2022, and before the making and filing of this complaint in the incorporated limits of the City of Rome and in the County of Wise in the State of Texas, the defendant did then and there commit an offense, to wit, speeding 11 to 15 miles per hour over the speed limit, against the statute 545.351 as provided by the Texas Transportation Code, the state of Texas, did then and there operate a motor vehicle upon a public street, to wit, the 300 block of FM 3433, therein situated at a speed which was greater than was reasonable and prudent under the circumstances then existing, at a speed of 75 miles per hour, at which time and place the lawful maximum prima facie reasonable and prudent speed indicated by an official sign then and there lawfully posted was 60 miles per hour against the peace and dignity of the state.
All right, so do you understand what the charge read?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you have a copy of the citation or the complaint?
I do.
Do you understand the nature of the charge against you?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, sir. At this time, it's time for you to enter a plea. You may either plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty.
Not
are you-
guilty.
All right. We'll accept your plea. Okay.
Thank
Who all will be witnesses for the state, Ms. Staples?
Your Honor, I'm going to call Officer Grant.
Okay. Sir, are you going to call any witnesses today?
Just myself.
Just yourself. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask everybody if they will hold their right hand up. I can't see you, sir, but I'm gonna take your word for it. All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case now on trial is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
I do.
Okay. All right. And there are no experts in this case today?
None on the state side, Your Honor. We do have video.
Okay. Mr. Strong, do you have any experts that you're going to ask to testify today?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Madam Prosecutor, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls Officer Grant.
Wait, one more thing before I do that. Normally, we don't have people choose to waive opening statements, but just for the record, Mr. Strong, would you like to make an opening statement?
No, that's fine.
Okay. And prosecution, you waive?
I waive, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Presentation of the evidence, please.
Officer Grant, would you please state your full name?
It's Sid Grant,
And how are you employed?
as a police officer with the city of Rome.
And how long have you been a peace officer for the state of Texas?
27 years.
And how long have you been a peace officer for the city of Rome?
6 months.
Okay. And were you employed as a peace officer for the city of Rome on March 27th, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the city of Rome, is that in Wise County, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On that date, were you performing traffic enforcement detail?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the crux of your employment with the city of Rome?
As a patrol officer, we respond to calls for service and patrol streets, and part of that is also enforcing traffic laws. Yes, ma'am.
On that date, did you have opportunity to encounter a person that you learned to be named David Timothy Sharon?
Yes, ma'am.
And what drew him to your attention that day?
The speed.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out a little bit. Can you repeat that, please?
Yes, ma'am. The speed.
What were you doing that at that time? Were you standing with your speed monitoring device? Were you working crosswalk duty? What were you doing?
Let's try again. I'm sorry, but I've lost everything. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there it goes again.
Officer Grant, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What were you doing in the course of your duties as an officer at the time that you encountered the person named Timothy David Sharon?
I was driving.
And what drew him to your attention? You said it was his speed?
Yes, ma'am. It was very obviously to me higher than the speed limit.
Okay. How did you assess the speed that he was driving?
After I observed it, I used in-car radar to calculate that speed.
Okay. And did that confirm your visual assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you initiate a traffic stop at that time?
I did.
Were there other vehicles around the defendant that would make it difficult to pinpoint which vehicle you were confirming the speed of? Were there other vehicles that made it confusing?
No, ma'am. It was, I've been doing this for a long time, and my first observation was the speed itself, and then I verified that speed with the radar.
All right. If there had been multiple other vehicles closely traveling together, would you have written a citation if you weren't sure?
I wouldn't have stopped if I wasn't sure.
Okay. Christy, I apologize for this, Your Honor. I apologize. This is my first Zoom trial for Rome. If I want to play the video of the traffic stop, how does that happen? Do I just ask Christy to do it, and she shares the screen?
If you verbally offer it, and she can, and once I agree to it over objections, then she can play it right.
Okay.
Ms. Adam?
All right. Thank you. Officer Grant, were you being recorded at the time of the traffic stop?
Yes, ma'am. We have in-car recordings and body camera recordings.
Okay, so this traffic stop is recorded, Your Honor. I'd like to offer that recording to the court.
Okay, Mr. Schramm, you have any objections?
No, I'd like to see it.
Okay. All right. We'll see it then. It'll be entered into as state's evidence 1.
Yes, there's 2 videos. Video disc point 2 shows the actual traffic stop, the violation, and I'd like to play that first.
Okay.
Have I done it right? Uh-oh. I think I did that wrong. Okay. Sure. Do I? I assume I just hit share screen.
Is it playing on your screen, Christy?
I don't see, no.
Then it won't play when you hit share screen.
I don't have the video though. Do you have the video? It should be in the, yes, I don't have it. You have to put it in yours. Oh.
Okay, I don't know what to do from here.
On your computer, when you hit the file button at the bottom, on the bottom toolbar, the little file that's sitting straight up, when you open it, there should be videos. Under this PC, it should say videos.
Okay, so I don't have something on the bottom of my screen that says file.
A toolbar, there's not a...
I do have a toolbar, but there's nothing that says file.
Okay, then do you have the thing that looks like a ladder, a task view?
I do not.
Oh, crickets. Okay. On the left side, do you have a Windows document or a Windows icon?
Hold on.
Bottom left.
All right, you're talking. Are you talking about my computer screen or this window of Zoom?
The computer itself.
I'm sorry. Let's go back and start with that conversation.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay. On your computer itself, on the bottom, do you see your toolbar that has your emails or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
And do you see the file folder? Do you have a file folder or?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
On the file folder, click on this PC and it should have a drop down and there should be one that says videos. Or local disk, either one. Not local disk.
Downloads, pictures, videos. Here I've got videos.
Yes, videos. Double click on videos and then it should come up on your right. There should be
So that when I double clicked on that, it provided me an empty file that says captures.
okay.
How about DVD, RW drive, WatchGuard video?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Hoot hoot.
Yes.
All right. So I have multiple options of what to look at. So I don't know which of these many things to click.
Officer Grant should be able to tell you, Officer Grant, on the WatchGuard videos.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I don't want to click on the wrong thing. Share. Okay.
All right. So I've got watch. So it's asked. Now that's a download player. That's not right. All right. Let me try again. So I've got video player execute. I've got auto run INF. I've got streams 1, 2, and 3. I've got plugins. What?
Video player execute.
It says that it's loading.
Okay.
All right. I'm about to press. All right. I've hit the play button. So camera 3 is the back seat. Camera 1 is the dash cam. Okay. Okay. It's got the spinning blue wheel. It's thinking.
Okay. Good.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, how do I share this with you? It's playing on my screen right now.
At the bottom now on the Zoom toolbar,
Yes.
do you see anything there that says new share or?
So I see a share screen and it says this will stop others' screen sharing. Do you want to continue? So Christy, your screen sharing will stop when I hit this button.
Oh. Okay.
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 So then I'm going to share this video.
Yes. Perfect.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to hit play.
Judge Mentor, you can see.
I can.
Officer Grant.
Yes.
Mr.
Yes,
Sharon?
ma'am.
Okay.
Did somebody have a question for me?
No, I just wanted to make sure your video,
Okay.
you were able to see the video.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out, but I can see it.
Maybe 244 or 243. Yeah. Still just not past.
We don't know that Charlotte has the state's attorney.
Right. Just, but at least we have.
All right. I'd like to offer that that is the only relevant portion of the video because the video, the conversation between is recorded on his body cam, and the dash cam is just going to record them standing there. Is it okay if I skip the rest, or do you want to see the whole thing?
Do you have any objections, Mr. Sharon?
No objections.
Okay.
Then I'll accept this to be the total evidence of stage one.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Officer Grant, is that you in this video?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
And can you please explain what fast lock is?
What? I'm sorry. What again?
On the video, there is typed words, and on the bottom left is fast lock, 74 mph. Can you please explain what that is?
Well, two different things. Actually, there's three different things in there. Fast means I had my radar in the mode where I can actually pick up two speeds. I can pick up the slower speed, and then if there's a faster speed, it will pick up that speed. It will show the faster speed of the two, and then the lock means that I lock it. So a lot of times we'll observe a speed, and then by the time we lock it, it may be higher or lower than what we had first observed.
So is this showing fast lock 74, meaning that that is the speed at which you clocked the defendant and where you locked it in place?
Well, that's not what I observed. That's what I locked. So what we observe and what we lock may be different.
Okay.
Obviously, if people come close to view of us, they slow down. So what we lock at is different than what we observe a lot of times.
But this is this is the frozen speed assessment of the defendant's vehicle, correct?
That is correct.
And what is the speed limit on that stretch of road where he was clocked?
That stretch is 60.
It's 60. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And is it posted?
Hold on
Yes,
just a
ma'am.
minute. Staples.
Sorry.
Just a second. I didn't quite hear. Officer Grant, what did you say the posted speed limit was?
In that section is 60 miles per hour.
60 miles an hour. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'd like to replay the portion of the video where we identify that there is only one car approaching the officer, just for clarity, to take any question off the road. Is that acceptable, Your Honor?
Sure. It's
Okay.
already been accepted into evidence, so you can replay any part of it you wish.
Okay. Wait. All right, I'm going to trade videos. Wish me luck. All right, so I'm clicking on the video. That this should be the the body cam of the same traffic stop.
Okay. Since we broke this down into states 1, would you like to offer this as states 2?
Yes, Your Honor, that would be easier. Yes, sir.
All right. If you make your offering, then we'll give Mr. Strong
All right.
a chance to object, and I'll make a ruling.
All right. Officer Grant, does your body cam record conversations you have during traffic stops?
Yes, it does.
And Your Honor, I'd like to offer the video that was made by the officer's body cam at that time.
Okay. Mr. Strom, you have any objections?
No objections.
Okay. Are you able to see this, Mr. Strom?
No, I can't. Can I get a copy of this? Because that was my biggest question is, I didn't think I was going that fast, and I mean, if he's got something that says I was, that's fine. I would like to see it, but I can't do that from my phone.
Well, sir, you certainly could have had a copy if you'd requested it.
Oh, I didn't know I needed to request it. Normally these cases, whenever I've done this, we do this in person, and I get the information then.
Well, sir.
But I didn't know I needed to request it ahead of time.
No, sir. Remember, I warned you or advised you that you'd be held to the same standards as if you were an attorney, and I asked you if there were any pretrial motions. At that time, you're required to request the state's evidence pre-trial, and had you not received it, I'm sorry, let me finish if you would, please. If you had not received it, that would have been time for you to make a motion for a motion of continuance or a motion to compel the state to provide the evidence, but you waived that, sir, and so that's why we're in trial.
Okay.
All right, so any objection to this, to the state presenting their state's number 2, evidence 2?
No.
All right, Ms. Staples, go ahead.
I may have frozen screen. I've got the blue spinning wheel, so please give it a moment to do what it does. All right.
Or I'm on the phone with the judge. Huh? Sorry, I'm on the phone with the judge. Okay. I have no clue.
All right, Your Honor, for the sake of expediency, I cannot seem to make the video play. Oh dear. Okay. Something's. Okay. I'm failing. I can now control Christy Adams' screen now. That is crazy. Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to skip the second video and move on to asking the officer if it was in his recollection that the defendant advised that he was a medical professional responding to an emergency, or if he was operating an emergency vehicle.
Okay, wait just a minute. So for the record, you're withdrawing states 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, states 2 will be withdrawn. Go ahead, Ms. Staples.
Officer Grant, at the time that you pulled over the defendant, did he advise you that he is an medical professional responding to an emergency or operating an emergency motor vehicle?
No, ma'am, he didn't.
All right. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Jerome, this is your opportunity to ask the officer any questions regarding the case that you'd like.
No, I don't have any questions for the officer.
Okay. Any reason this officer can't be excused?
None, Your Honor.
No.
Okay. Officer Grant, you're welcome to stick around, or you can be excused, whichever you'd like, sir. All right, sir. I didn't understand you, but we'll take it that you're either here or you're gone. All right, Ms. Staples, go ahead. Call your next witness.
Your Honor, the case rests at the state rests its case in chief.
Okay. Mr. Schrom, this is the time for you to present evidence in your case. So I assume you're going to testify, so I'll hear your testimony.
Yes, sir. When I saw the officer, I looked at my speed. I was going the speed limit. And then I continued on down the road. And then he eventually turned around and pulled me over. And that's why we're here.
All right. Is there anything else?
That's it.
Yeah. Ms. Staples, cross-examination?
Yes. Briefly, Mr. Sharon, how old is your vehicle?
2010.
And how many miles do you have on your vehicle?
134,000 as of today.
Congratulations.
At the time, it's probably a little less. I don't know.
And when is the last time you had your speedometer calibrated?
Oh, I'm not really sure. Probably about 8 months ago.
Okay. And how did you get your speedometer calibrated?
Take it to a shop.
And what do you request?
I just have them go over everything, including making sure that all my dials, including my speedometer, are working properly.
Okay. Fair enough. So how fast do you think that you were going at the time the officer pulled you over or initiated the traffic stop?
At the time that that I passed the officer, I was going the speed limit.
Okay.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you have anything else you want to say in rebuttal?
No, sir.
Okay, any further evidence?
That's all I got.
Okay. Any rebuttal evidence for you, Ms. Staples?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay. Closing arguments. Ms. Staples, you want to waive first or you want to go first?
I waive first and choose to go third.
Okay. Sir, it's your time for closing arguments. This is your time to try and sway me one way or the other with what you have to say.
No, I've said everything I need to say. I don't have any closing arguments. I'm good.
Okay. Ms. Staples?
Your Honor, you heard testimony from the officer who is trained in traffic enforcement, and that you saw the video that his car was directly facing the defendant as the defendant approached him, and you saw the equipment that confirmed the officer's assessment of the defendant's excessive speed, and you saw where the equipment locked in the defendant's speed at a rate of 74 miles an hour in a 60. I'm going to ask that you find the defendant guilty and assess the reasonable fine.
Okay. All right. That'll be the end. I'm going to render judgment in this case of guilty. And the reason that I did is because I saw the video where it clearly said the capture speed is 74 miles an hour. The officer testified that it was a 60-mile-an-hour zone. There was no question. You did not question the validity of the radar. So I'm going to find you guilty. You have a recommendation for punishment, Ms. Staples?
Let's see. The face value on the citation, the face value of the fine that you set is a $225. So I think that there's no reason to raise it based on him asking for trial or losing. So I think that $225 consequence is reasonable.
Okay. Let me ask you, sir, what's your driving record look like?
My driving record?
Yes,
I
sir.
haven't had a ticket, and oh man, I think the last ticket I got was either Westlake or Southlake about I think it's been longer than 6 years. I'd have to really look. I don't know.
Okay. Will you
I don't
have
think
an
I've had a
objection if
ticket since I.
Will you have an
I'm sorry?
objection if I grant you a deferred disposition in this ticket?
No, I wouldn't have an objection to that.
All right, I'm going to set your fine at $225. However, I'm going to grant deferred disposition under Article 45.01 Code of Criminal Procedure, which means you do not get another ticket for 6 months. All right, pay your fines, and at that time, the court will, if you do that, the court will dismiss this ticket. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now you have a right to make a motion for a new trial. All right, and you have 10 days in which to make that motion for a new trial. Should you not make it within 10 days, then the judgment will be considered denied, and the decision will be final. Now, you also have a right to appeal this case. You have the right to appeal my decision. The appeal is to the county court. In order to appeal this case, you must give notice of appeal and file a bond with this court in the amount of twice the fine and court costs within 10 days. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Miss Adams, will you send him something outlining this?
I will, Judge. The only question I have is what length of time do you give him to pay the fine?
How long do you want to pay? How long do you need to pay the fine, Mr. Strong?
Oh, I can go and pay it now.
I'll give you 30 days, however you want to do it.
Okay.
You're going to have 30 days. As soon as it's paid, your deferment period starts.
Can I do it online? Do I need to go down to the little place in Rome, or do y'all know?
Now you can do it online. Now you will not receive instructions on the amount on the request for a new trial or the appeal.
That's fine.
All right. All right. So thank you very much, sir, and appreciate your presentation here in court.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. And your excuse, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Now, I suppose you have an attorney docket now that you need to kick me out for?
Please.
All right. Thank you. Good work, Ms. Staples.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate it. maybe next time we can do this a little smoother for all of us.
Hopefully.
As the Court of Administration keeps saying when they renew this is all a learning period for all of us. But job well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
My hat's off, Attorney Staples. You did fine.
Thanks.
You did fine.
All right. So Attorney Docket is on the same Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. Stay put and I'll bring them in. Judge,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to send you out. And if you will join back in on the pro se docket. Okay.
Yeah, I did. You'll have to send me a link.
I just did. Well, I did just seconds before the trial started. So you should have it fresh.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you shortly.
All right.
Charlotte, you did fine. I'm not technology. You did fine.
I'm not impressed with that. I was concerned about not being able to have the officer identify the defendant.
You know what, though? If the defendant can't show his face, I think it's hands down guilty anyway.
He did identify himself, so.
I know, but.
It still seems hinky. All right, who do I have?
I know. If you said that anyway, bye. Shush my face. I'm just a clerk. Okay, here they come. Olegario.
All right.
Oh,
hold on.
I'll bring 3 in. Olegario, David DeBusk, and then Rick Cohen.
Okay.
Olegario, David DeBusk.
Hold on.
Cohen.
Hold on.
Rick Cohen will have the first Altai.
Okay.
Is his first on the list.
Who is?
Rick Cohen. The last name is Altaie.
Okay, I've got it in my hand.
Altai.
Altai. That's what I thought.
All right. All right, Mr. Cohen, my name is Charlotte Staples. I'm your prosecutor today. Peace officer gave your client a citation for possession, consumption, or receipt of tobacco products by a minor, and a citation for drive without being secured by a safety belt at the time of an accident. I'm just saying at the time of the accident. That wasn't part of the citation. Right. So I'm looking at 2 tickets totaling. All right, so I propose I'll dismiss the seatbelt ticket. Your client do the tobacco awareness class and pay the full fine, and I'll keep it off his record. Is that something you can take to your client?
Sure. So they take the tobacco awareness, what is it, a couple-hour class online?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you said the full fine. How much is that?
$281.
$281. And if I could just tell you a little about the background of this case, if it matters. Mr. Altai was following another car, and it brake checked him, like it slammed on its brakes, and he went to go around it. And when he went to the right around it, there was a disabled car, parked car on the other side that he couldn't see. And that was the accident. Like he went to avoid hitting the car in front of him and ended up hitting
so he was going so fast that he couldn't stop safely before rear-ending the car in front of him. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
that
when someone brake checks you, it's like you don't expect someone to slam their brakes on. It's not that you're going so fast. It's you react by, if you're afraid that slam your brakes on and slide, you go to the side on the shoulder. And that's where the accident was, because there was a parked or disabled car, unattended. There was no one around.
Well, I'm glad. And your client, I'm assuming, wasn't hurt?
No, he did get banged up. His car was totaled. Someone was helping him. He sat outside the car. He was like sitting on the like with his back against the rear wheels of the car. And when the officer came, the car was tossed, everything inside, and he found those tobacco pens, the
vapes,
but it was tobacco. Okay. He found it somewhere in the back of the car, and the seatbelt was buckled, and those are the facts that led to these tickets. In other words, typically when you get out of a car, you don't rebuckle the seat belt.
But he did?
It was buckled. I'll just say that. I
But
don't
he wasn't in the
know,
car. He was sitting, leaning up against the tires, but his seatbelt was buckled.
He was being attended to while outside the car.
But
But
the
the
officer
saw,
found the seatbelt was buckled in the car.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's what my dad does on the farm. It's not safe either. All right, so my offer is $281 on the tobacco. He'll take a tobacco awareness class, and I'll give him deferred. How long does your client need to pay $281 and take a 6-hour class? Can he do that in 60 days? You want 90 days?
60 days will be fine.
Okay, so 60 and then 90 deferred.
Now, does the 90 days count when
starting
you pay
now.
the money? Oh, okay.
Starting now.
That's why I recognize you. I saw you in another city, and it was exactly the same thing. I asked the same question.
It's just easier to be as consistent as possible.
No,
okay.
I appreciate it.
And we'll plea and bar the seatbelt. And good luck to your client. Christy, do you need anything from him?
I do not, attorney. I'll send the instructions to your office.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Miss Hussein, sorry.
Oh, I can leave now?
Yes, you're free to go. Thanks.
No.
Okay.
Miss Hussein, my name is Charlotte Staples. Are you here for Attorney Estrada?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. And you're an attorney?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Welcome. I'm just not familiar with you, so I'm new. You're new.
Yeah,
Hi.
we don't get a whole lot in Rome.
Fair enough. All right, so let's talk about Jonathan Luann. Your client got a citation for possession of paraphernalia and failure to appear. So your client's tickets, all right, hold on, let me do math. Why the math? All right, 3, 6, it went to collections. And 3, 5. So that's 8. That's 1. So your client's tickets come to $718.
Yikes.
I propose I'll dismiss the possession charge, but put it all on the failure to appear. Christy, can you tell me what the court costs on the FTA are?
$81.
$81. So it's going to be $581.
Okay.
And I'm going to give your client 6 months deferred. So he needs to address the paraphernalia. But how long do you need to give your client to pay? 10 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days?
60 days probably.
Okay. So then 180 deferred. And I'll dismiss the paraphernalia.
All right, awesome.
Actually, when I say dismiss, what I mean is plea and bar.
Plea and bar, yes.
Okay. So let's talk about Vincent Mendoza Ramirez. Your client got a citation for driving when he doesn't have a license and for exceeding the maximum speed limit, going allegedly 90 and a 70. So I propose.
And I was going to let you know, he has a driver's license from Mexico, but he can't get a Texas one.
Okay, well, I love that he has a driver's license from Mexico. That's better than nothing. And when I go visiting other countries, I get to rent a car and drive there as well. All right, so let's do. Christy, is it $334? Is $134 the court cost on speeding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's do that again. Let's do the plea and bar, the driver's license. If he can't get it, he can't get it. Let's do 334 on the speeding, but based on his age, so 06, 16. Oh, he's old enough, so he doesn't have to do driver's safety class this time. But I'll make him do 180 days deferred because those are some bad choices.
Okay.
How long does your client need to come up with $334?
I think he can do it in 30 days.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
I think that is all.
All right. Terrific. Pleasure to meet you. Have a good day.
You too. I'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Senor DeBusque. Hola. I can't hear you. You're muted.
How's that?
Even better.
Much
Even
better.
better.
There's
Senor,
always room for improvement, especially with me.
I don't know how you do it, sir. All right, let's talk about William Dutton. Your client has an offer of $334, due in 4 months, 6 months deferred, driver's safety class, and 20 hours community service because your client was driving like a crazy person, allegedly.
Let me respond just real briefly. I've got a narrative report from him here, and I know you're really interested in
Love
that.
it.
But this was a road rage situation, and apparently this guy was trying to run him off the road because of some petty slight or something that he perceived my client did.
Mm-hmm.
And my client was literally, he says, running for his life. So he was speeding. You know, it's sort of a justification under the law.
Did your client survive?
He did survive.
Then it was worth it, right? And this is just money. I mean, if he was running for his life from a road rage incident that I'm sure he had no participation in and wasn't a party to, and it had nothing to do with being a knucklehead and driving straight to the nearest police department.
Excuse me. Here's what I'm good with, Charlotte. I'm good with the fine amount and the fact he's got to take DSC. But I was wondering if you would waive the community service hour.
That's required by the judge for anybody going 90 or over.
Okay.
So the good news is that driving 105, I'm willing to give him deferred.
Yes,
which normally you wouldn't hear that from me. Normally
exactly.
I'm super bitchy.
I know you're never that way, but I agree that's something that he should take into account.
Okay. So great. How long does your client need to come up with $334, do 100 and do 20 hours community service? Can you do that in 4 months?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So it's going to be 120 to complete everything, 180 deferred. And you'll get with Christy if you need anything, and she'll send you an email?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's talk about your client, Jesus Garcia.
Yes, yes.
Your client,
I thought you'd never asked.
All right. Your client has a Class A CDL. Looks like prior to me.
You make me laugh.
Prior to me, you've got a plea offer for $200 for a conviction, $250 for a conviction with 60 days to pay. Would you like to schedule this matter for a pretrial hearing where your client is required to appear? And should your client fail to appear, there will be an additional citation issued?
This is
yes, Charlotte. I thought.
This is that. This is that.
This is that.
I misunderstood. Oh, here it is on the back. Defendant required to appear. Is your client here?
He's not.
All right. Well, your client just received a failure to appear. Christy, how much is a failure to appear in the city of Rome?
400.
400. Okay, so 400 plus 311 is 711. I would knock that down to 530. All right, I'll knock it down to $530. How long would it take your client to come up with that?
Oh, I understood that the offer was 400 for the FTA and plea and bar the stop sign.
Oh, it is. However, I always add all the consequences together. So I'm absolutely offering to plea and bar the stop sign, but you know what? Your arguments are good. I'll knock it down to 500.
Oh, I've got $400 here because we told our client that the deal was back in March that it was for $400.
I may have misrepresented that. So I tell you what, we'll do the $400, and how about 180 deferred to make up for it?
That sounds good.
Okay. So 400, 30 days to pay it?
No, I've got it right here. We can send it off today.
All right. So I'll give you 10 days to pay it, 180 deferred, and plea and bar the stop sign. Is there anything else we can do?
That's all I've got on my docket, Charlotte.
Excellent. It's been a pleasure, Mr. DeBusk. I look forward to our next adventure.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Bye. All
Bye.
right.
I need
Miss-
a pen, please.
Mr. Lemaitre
Lemarier?
or Mr. Takach?
Yep.
All right. All right. Let's see. First, I have Edwin Olart. Looks like
Yep.
okay. Okay. So what I'm looking at is speeding, 79 and a 70,
That is correct.
and failed to vacate lane for an emergency vehicle. Now, I don't know if this is he didn't pull over when the peace officer initiated the traffic stop, or if he passed an emergency vehicle with the lights engaged on the side of the lane. I don't know which one this is. I propose that I put 334 on the speeding and give him deferred and plea and bar the emergency vehicle. Is that something you think your client would agree to?
That would work.
Okay. How long would your client need to come up with $334?
Can I have at least 30 days?
Absolutely. You can have up to 5 months if you want.
You know what? Let's
Do you want 60?
Let's do 60B on the safe side.
All right. 60 days and then 90 days deferred.
All right. I mean, obviously, hopefully he'll just pay it right away, but.
Of course. Of course. All right. So let's talk about Frank Ward. Your client has a citation for exceeding the maximum speed limit, 87 and a 70. It's gone to collections, and violate written promise to appear, also having gone to collections.
Yep.
This is going to suck because both of these are so expensive now, I can't do much. All I can do is reduce. I can't plea and bar. Neither of them will hold anything close to it. So how about this? How about this? How about we max out the VPTA at 408.90 and your client gives me a driver safety class?
And that would take care of the speeding.
That would allow me to plea and bar the speeding. Do you want to do that?
Can I just bring it to my client real quick?
Absolutely.
I mean, like I said, that some places want to reset, some places want to just hold open the offer, whichever one you like.
Christy, if I write this offer on the jacket, can we dismiss the matter and he can accept it later, or you put it on the next docket?
Correct, yes.
Okay, great. So we'll do that as 408.90.
Attorney Takach, if you'll just send me an email, so I'll have it in writing that your client wishes to reject or accept.
All right.
I'll send you the
That would work.
instructions regarding whatever you.
Yeah, that would work.
Yes.
My email is the letter J, and then LEMARIER at TKACH-LAW.com.
Thank you, Christy. You made that really easy. I appreciate it.
Hold
All
on.
right.
What's the hyphen?
-law.
Brain-
-law.com, yeah.
Huh?
Takach-law.com.
Oh, that's what that was my problem is the hyphen. What is a hyphen? It
It's
like,
a
Little
dash.
Little dash.
yeah, thank you. It just
You're
took
welcome.
a second. I'm back. I'm good.
It's Monday.
You need to get away from the hot windows, Christy.
Cool.
Okay, let's talk about Augusto Martinez Luis.
My apologies. 408.90 plus DSC. And I know it would be deferred. What would be the length of the payment and the deferral period?
However long he needs to pay, 30 days longer is the deferred period.
Okay. Sounds good.
So because there's DSC required in that deal, I would say at least 90 to pay and take DSC. So once he completes his tasks, however long he thinks he needs to complete his tasks, 30 days longer than that is the deferred period.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Augusto Martinez Luis. I'm looking at a Class A CDL. We set in May, we set this for a pretrial with your client required to appear. Is your client present?
No, he's not present, no. No, he's not present.
All right. Your client has received a failure to appear. It is a $400 citation. Because I hadn't made this clear previously, the fines get combined. I will give him the same offer I gave the prior attorney because I believe in being fair. So that's going to be $400. I will plea and bar the speeding.
Yeah.
How long will it take your client to pay $400 without taking all his walking around money?
Again, I probably would do 60 days on that one.
All right. He's going to have 180 deferred at the
Okay.
end of that. This is done. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about Tyler Schwab. Your client has a Class A CDL
Yep.
and got a citation for driving on the wrong side of the highway.
Mhm.
Is that because if it's a moving violation in CDL, the best I can do is knock it down to $200, give him time to pay, but it's a conviction. Unless you'd like to schedule this for a pretrial hearing where your client will be required to appear. Which of those options sucks less?
My thing is I need to talk to my client, so which one would you prefer?
This one, I do actually have you set for a pretrial conference. Was that not?
Well, with a required that the defendant appear. So yes, it's a pretrial conference, but did we clarify that it's if the client's required to appear and doesn't appear, then it results in a failure to appear? And I don't think we've discussed this violation.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, this is my first time to do it. So let's go ahead and schedule for your client to appear at the next docket. So pretrial docket, defendant required to appear.
Now, should they not appear, would we be able to get kind of the same deal we've gotten on
If
that
your
other
client fails to appear when they are ordered to appear, then a failure to appear will be issued.
Restate the offer, please, so I can email the or
All right. So the offer is $200 for conviction.
Sounds good.
But he needs to talk to his client, so he's going to reset it for a pretrial hearing where his client is required to appear. Okay?
Yep.
All right, Mr. Lemarier, it's been a pleasure.
All right.
I'll
Appreciate it.
see you next month.
We'll get the date for that
Yes.
other hearing.
All right. Thank you.
We'll get the date for that other hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
It will either be July 11 or August 15. I'm not sure yet.
All right. All right.
Yes.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. I believe Jerry's about. Jerry, how would you say your last name for me? Actually, will you say it with your microphone turned on?
Jarzambek.
That's not hard. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. Okay. All right.
That was the hyphen.
You were just caught off guard with the hyphen. All right.
Quit using the hyphen.
I'm a lover of the period to throw it into a dot here and there, but the hyphen was definitely too much for today. All right. So my name is Charlotte Staples. I don't recognize you as one of the attorneys that I've had the pleasure of working with before. So hello. It's my understanding you're working with Ms. Carson on getting her building up to code. And can you tell me, I'm going to be asked for a report. Can you tell me where y'all are at? I know something's happening.
Yes, it's been torn down, I think, last week and hauled off.
Holy crackers. That's
dirt.
It's down to dirt? That would explain why I didn't get an update prior to court. It's because nobody's sweating over it right now.
Well, I don't know if they're sweating or not. I think Carol Ann was pretty concerned, but she said that was the I think the easiest thing to get done.
I think you're right. I had heard that it had stood long enough that it was structurally no longer intact and sound. So at this point, Christy, are you confirming what he said? Because I don't know.
I am. The
Okay.
demolition company came in end of last week and confirmed it was completely.
Okay. Fantastic. I'm not fantastic that she lost property, but that it's resolved. All right. So I am looking at 1081, 1081, 10. All right. So I'm looking at 3 citations. 1, 4, 2, for $3,241. I propose that I dismiss 2 of those. She pay 1. I can give her 5 months to do it, and we all move along and worry this no more. Is that something you think your client could live with?
I don't know. She has had to take her mama to the doctor at 2:00. So
Okay.
I will.
So let me write that offer on the jacket. And if she can accept that, let Christy know. And if she can't, then we'll just put it on the pretrial docket and we'll use big boy words next time as far as what's to come next. All right. So offer.
And the pretrial docket would be either the 11th or the 15th. Did I get that right?
11th of July or 15th of August.
Okay. All right. Got it.
And I will mail you the offer with the new setting date there.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. You are free to go.
Thank you.
Mr. Riggins, I need you to unmute. All right. Are you Thomas Riggins? Because your
Yes.
computer says you're Colleen.
No, that's my wife. She's helping with the Zoom. Okay.
I hear that. You should have seen the trial we just had. I needed a lot of help, and I got help. I just didn't know what to do with it.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about your client, Shandul Islam.
Right.
Your client received a citation for disregarding a stop sign. It's a $311 citation. I propose to knock that down to $240, give him time to pay it, and keep it off his record. Is that something he can live with?
Yes, that would be fine. 240, and could I get like 45 days?
I can give you 30 or I can give you 60.
60 would be great.
So 240, 60 days to pay it, 90 days deferred.
There you go.
Excellent. Then we are good to go, sir. It's been a pleasure. You have a good day.
Now they'll mail that to me, right? The offer.
Yes. You'll get an
Okay.
email from Christy.
Okay. Thanks, Christy, too, for your help.
Thank
All right.
you.
Bye bye.
All right. Mr. Smith,
What's going on, Charlotte?
just doing what I do. What are you
Me
doing?
too.
What's up with you? Okay.
Same old stuff. You ready? Just shoot. Go for it.
Hold on. You've got so many files, they just slipped out of my hands.
I'm also doing Glenn Verba as well.
Oh, good.
When you say Glenn, you mean Rudy, right?
Well, whatever we
Oh,
want to call
hold
them.
on.
I don't even call them either of those. It gets much worse.
All right, let's start with his and get his out of the way. So you've got Antonio Cuevas, Jose.
Yeah, he
All right,
has a CDL.
You've got a
Can we-
CDL. Do you want to set it for a pretrial docket with with the client required to appear?
Yeah, let's require the client if you don't mind. Yes, ma'am, please. Hey, Christy, can we put them on August 15th for all of mine and Glenn? I'll be on vacation on the 11th of July if that's possible.
I know. I've read and read and read. And
Okay,
read.
I'll tell.
And
Whitney to
I'm
stop sending
kidding.
it.
No. I'm just jealous. That's why
I'm
I
happy
said
you
that.
got it.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
We're going to Colorado for a few days. Get out of the heat.
I'm moving there.
Are you?
I don't know.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, eventually.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Joanna Davidson, Class A CDL, moving violation. Would you like to set that for a pretrial?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's talk about Rhonda Gallagher.
I see 18 over, best deferred, overage.
All right, so 250, I'd knock that down to 195. How long to
Perfect.
pay that?
Let's just do 60/90 on everything, please.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Michael Golden.
He's got 3. One of them, the officer's gone. That's 1930727. Pickler's
Hold on.
gone.
Hold on.
Yep, sorry.
Where's
All right, so
where's Pickler?
1930727. You're saying that, okay, you're saying that officer's no longer with us, but is the officer subpoenaable?
Well, gotta ask Christy.
Okay,
I
Christy
thought
says no. Christy
All
says
right, yeah.
no. She would know. All right, so I'm looking at collections. I'm looking at 406 on the DWLI and the 348 on the speed. All right, so here's what I'll do. All right, does your client have his license reinstated now?
No, he's working through it. We've got other stuff still pending in Omni, Charlotte.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So let me make a beautiful offer and you decide what you want to do with it. So
Okay.
I'll plea and bar the speed, but I'm going to jack him up on the DWLI.
We're putting a condition on it though?
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to DWLI. We'll plea and bar the speed after he completes the DWLI tools. All right. So we'll do 406. We'll do driver safety class. How fast was that? That wasn't the most shocking. And we'll do 180 deferred.
Counter offer, 500, no condition for license. It's gonna be a while. The guy.
All right.
He's
So
a
500 DSC, 180 deferred.
Perfect. 90 to pay if we can.
9120 it is. All right.
Wait, did you come down off 180?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Good.
No, I'm sorry. I just said what routinely flies out of my mouth. Okay, let's talk about Cesar Hernandez. I'm looking at striking an unattended vehicle, illegal backing, and expired DL. And it's all in Omni.
I need 2 offers. Give me 1 deferred and 1 just bottom line.
Which one of these do you want plea and barred? The striking unattended vehicle?
Yeah, that's fine. I'd take your pick.
Okay. All right, so 311, 310, and 299. All right, so I don't care. I'll let you pay face value on the other 2. How about that?
Okay,
neither of them.
Okay.
299 on the Spire DL and 310 on the backing.
So 310 on that one, and how much on the expired deal?
299.
Yeah, okay, that's what I should. Okay.
How long to pay? 60/90?
I'm all for resetting this one.
Defendant required to appear?
No. No, I just need a reset.
299 is the offer. Reset.
A question, Charlotte.
Yes,
what would
sir.
your bottom line just conviction offer be? No deferred, no nothing. What's your bottom dollar?
It's not going to be much different because we're just absolutely striking the $313 from the Omni collections. So let me just do math and tell you what my normal offer would be. So that's that's 2, that's 9. Oh, that's not horrible. So 9, 8, 7. $695 is what I would be looking for on a regular day. So your offer is already the cash pay is already better than my good math.
Yeah.
If he wants a conviction, I'll let him have it, but I can give him up to 5 months to pay out. That's where I can be flexible.
Yeah, this guy's all about the bottom dollar, and I think he owes the court a ton of money already.
Oh,
so
Christy, is that true?
Well, he had 2 that had already had judgments. They actually just took care of those. So these are the only 3 left.
Okay.
Yeah, the one called, she was very nice. They've been very nice, but she did take care of the elders. She understood, and these are the only things they have left. So whatever you can.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the sister's great. The client's problematic. Yeah.
The female was wonderful.
Yeah, she's quite easy to work with, but he's not. So okay. We're gonna reset that one once though. Please.
Okay. Certainly.
Okay. So I'll send the offer for the deferral as well as the conviction and reset it to August.
Excellent.
Well, the money, Christy, the money's the same, so don't even mess with the conviction. There's just no reason to waste your time.
Okay.
So
that's good.
All right, let's talk about Thomas Jefferson Baker. I'm looking at CDL accident, no CDL, and insurance, and no seatbelt passenger, and operating motor vehicle with only one license plate. Okay.
There's a lot going on here.
Sure.
We've got emails to Officer Mark Stanwitzky or Wicks.
Stanwix.
Y'all should have stuff on this. And I can forward this over as well.
What do you think I should have?
Well, okay. The whole deal on this is this guy buys the truck. He basically gets a 72-hour permit. He buys it for personal use. It's going to the farm. Okay. Under the 72-hour permit, that should have been good for the registration. He's just moving it to the farm and he totals that truck on the way to the farm. You don't have to have a CDO to move it because it was under the 26,000
Show me.
pounds.
All right. So that's not in the first jacket I just looked through. So I'm going to move to the second jacket. So all I need is for you to show me that.
How would I do that?
You'd give me a copy of the purchase order so I know when he bought it. And then you show me that he got the receipt from the registration 72-hour permit.
Yeah, I've got those. You want to just email? Let's reset it once and I'll email everything to Christy.
Perfect.
Okay. But in all honesty, y'all have got this because I mean I've got emails from the officer confirming all this.
I don't think I've gotten any of that chance, but I can ask the officer to forward any and all to me.
And then it's back from January, Christy. I mean, it's January 11th of 22. So, but yeah, I'll send it what I've got to you and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
And feel free to forward me whatever law that I need to know. Because if you've already looked it up and I don't have to, that's all the better.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Okay. So we'll just reset. And last but not least is David Smith. He's got a Class A CDL, failure to cover load to prevent spillage. I'm looking at $181 citation. I propose to knock that down to $145, give him time to pay it and keep it off his record. Is that something he can accept?
You're going to give deferred?
It's not a moving violation.
No, I'm with you. Yeah. Let's take it and be done. Perfect.
All right. How long to pay?
Let's just do 60-90.
All right.
60-90, what dollar amount?
145. Okay. Chance, it's been a pleasure. Get out.
Hold on, Charlotte. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Hold on. I got it right here. What did one traffic light say to the other?
Stop.
Stop looking at me. I'm changing. All right.
Nice.
That's our dumb joke for the day.
I appreciate
it. Bye.
Bye. All right, Mr. Jose. Hello. I can't hear you yet because you're muted.
That's by design.
Oh, nice. So whoever is the boss of you has muted you. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, I have.
You have Alberto Martinez Crespo. He's got a Class A CDL. It looks like in May we set him for a pretrial today with him being required to appear. Is he present?
He is not present.
All right, then he's earned himself a failure to appear.
Okay.
So FTA, $400 for that. Okay. I am going to give you the same benefit because normally I would add that to the original violation, but I didn't make that clear earlier. So I'm going to give you the same perks. It's going to be plea and bar, the failure to vacate.
Okay.
On the FTA, I'll pay $400. How long do you need to have him pay that $400?
Let's give him 30 days.
Okay. And because I am taking a hit on not telling people correctly that the fine is a combination of both violations, I am getting it on the other hand with 180 days deferred.
That's fine.
All right. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry you just have one and you had to wait that long.
That's okay. It is what it is. I was in another court anyway, so it didn't matter. So
great. All right. I'll see you later this week. Bye.
All right, Missy, I'm kicking you out. We're going to the other one.
Do I have did you send me that on the emails?
Yes, it would have been the very,
All
very
right.
last thing I sent you.
No, I didn't see Attorney Gaines or Attorney Deboulet.
No, me either. Which
Okay.
is awful because Deboulet.
He sent a letter saying I need to appear by Zoom.
Yes, and he called or emailed or something last
He
week.
faxed. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay.
So do you want to issue failure to appears on that?
It is up to you. I can if that's the first setting on them, I can reset them one more time if you want.
Let's do 1
Okay.
3 reset.
Reset.
I'm going to write that on the jacket.
All right.
6/20/22. No show. 1 3 reset. Okay, we are far behind. I'll meet you in the other room. Okay, bye.
Everyone. Okay.